Dykes destroys Ukraine. 3-0 Scotland, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And Super John McGinn gives him a wee hand, or a big hand, should I say, with the opening goal. Don't forget Ryan Fraser as well. Bloody, I mean, it was like, if you talk about finishing your dinner, I mean, basically this was like Lyndon Dykes having a full plate that was made to him by Ryan Fraser, and he ate every single thing on it twice. Yeah. Is that a good analogy?
That's a pretty good analogy.
Whereas for the first 70 minutes, it was like Adams, Armstrong, Christie, they all had like a big pile of dog shit on their plate and they didn't want to touch it, didn't want to finish it, just left it alone. It was
an all-you-could-eat buffet, and each time they went back to sit down, they dropped the plate.
Alright, okay. Point is, right, first 70 minutes, could not score, couldn't hit a barn door. But eventually, 70 minutes, clock ticked, 70, and then the goals started coming. We'll be coming to the next World Cup, right? We're not good enough to make 2022, but 2026, we'll be there.
Let's just get into the Euros first, mate, before we worry about the World Cup.
We'll be at the Euros.
Will we, aye?
We're one of the best European sides in Europe, so I mean... Aye.
Are we, aye? On our day, are we, aye?
I'd say so, aye. Based on that performance, we'd beat anybody. I'd put us up
Yes, right, I'm all for that, right? I get where you're coming from, but Steve Clarke, he's an inconsistent wee bastard.
No, you lay off Steve Clarke, I'm not having it, right? Steve Clarke's a fucking man. Proved it at Kilmarnock, proved it at West Brom, proved it when he guided Mourinho to back-to-back titles with Chelsea, and he's proved it again.
What did he prove when they lied down to Ukraine 112 days? 112 days? No.
Wait.
No, fuck you.
Hold. Is it any coincidence since Mourinho and Clarke went their own ways, Mourinho's been pissed and hasn't been able to keep a job without getting sacked?
Was Mourinho at Real Madrid with him?
He was texting him, he was on the phone.
Texting.
Alright, Steve, I'm playing Barca tonight, give me some tips. I need your help, Clarke. Come on, Clarky boy.
Sectarianism. Right, anyway.
What's that going to do with sectarianism?
Barcelona.
Aye.
Yeah, no, they're like the Spanish Celtic.
Well, in that case, Steve Clarke probably wouldn't help him. Yeah. And on that note, let's talk about the game.
Alright, let's talk about the game. There was no disgraceful banners the night. SFA put a warning about it.
Well, I actually missed it. I actually missed the opening.
Well, there might have been,
so,
but
I mean,
I've seen nothing about it. So,
I mean, let's be honest. If there was any thing at the start, it would have been from shitey, unwashed, smelly bastards that support Celtic. So I mean,
you didn't need to put the support Celtic. We all seen you say that first couple of lines.
We know who they support.
We know who they are. All right,
we know who they are.
The child touchers, the kiddie fiddlers,
the team that got pumped at St Mirren. When the Saints go marching and they pumped Celtic 2-0, but then Scotland done better than it. I don't fucking know. Let's go.
Jay Adams, Armstrong could have had a hat trick each. Didn't have a hat trick each. Tierney could have scored. Patterson off injured is probably the only bit of bad news.
Patterson did get injured. That looks no good. But I mean, we're not light in the fullback positions. That's what I will say. I mean, it's not ideal.
This just proves to me Andy Robertson's pish. We don't need him.
We don't.
I'd almost say...
I'm not saying Andy Robertson doesn't get into a first 11, but he shouldn't be captain. He's not captain material. Any guy that has to deactivate Twitter over a couple of mean tweets hasn't got the mentality to... I don't care, right? As soon as it came under attack, football is a man's game, right? Yeah, women play it, but no one give a fuck about them. That's the big story here. Nobody cares about women's football, right? You do need... Your captain needs to be a man, right? See when United go to the pitch and you've got Roy Keane ready to break legs and fucking fight to the death, that gives the players confidence. See when Scottish players go to the pitch and then there's Andy I don't like mean tweets.
Guys, it's okay. If we get beat, we could just deactivate our Twitter.
You know what I mean? Fuck that, right? John McGinn. Bit of fight about John McGinn. Wee powerful guy. Sometimes those wee guys hit the hardest, and he certainly hit hard tonight in the 70th minute, but is there anything we need to talk about before we go into the goal? I'm not gonna describe every single chance because we'd be here all night. But I think Adams should have scored. He had two.
We're lucky.
He had two headers.
Should have been a red card.
Yeah.
Patterson injured, which isn't good. Already mentioned it. And Armstrong, great but shite at the same time.
Yeah, he was creative and he got into the right positions, but his finishing touch was.
Craig Gordon had hee-haw to do.
Yeah.
Good goal for him again.
Probably the worst I've seen Craig Gordon play in years.
Aye.
Because he had nothing to do.
That's it.
Normally you always get a couple of good saves. He never even got a good save for Craig Gordon tonight. Disgraceful Craig Gordon. I reckon the last couple of minutes they should have just been firing shots at Gordon, give him something to do. Or at least bring on Liam Kelly or something. You know
What
what I
they
mean?
do, the Russians fire shots at them to give them something to do.
It could be. I thought we were going to talk about that shit.
It was a joke,
But
mate.
anyway, right, John McGinn struggles off the wee bastard that should have been sent off. So he didn't get sent off, but John McGinn sent him to the flare. And scored a goal, 1-0. And then Fraser Dykes come on. This guy right here says Dykes is pish. And then Dykes shut him up by scoring 2 goals.
I'll tell you what happened. Sam Murphy said Dykes is pish, and I went, well, why is he in the squad? And literally as soon as I said
Alright, someone said Dykes is pish and you agreed with him.
Right, 1 goal in over a year is just not really cutting it.
Okay, Gordon's got no goals over the last year, and you want to say he's pish?
That's different, mate.
Is it?
Who plays up front?
Alright. Well, you know what? Who got 2 goals tonight? Lyndon Dykes, right? It was identical goals. Corner from the left-hand side. Fraser whips 2 balls in. The balls land on top of Lyndon Dykes' head, and he directs them right into the bottom right-hand corner of the goals. And that's where all 3 goals went. Albeit McGinn's was a lot different for Dykes', but they all went right into that bottom-hand corner. And good finishes. I mean, Dykes placed it where he needed to place it. And this just proves to me, right, that Dykes is a better finisher, more physical up front. And I just feel like in aerial battles, he's 10 times the player Adams is. I mean, Adams had a bunch of headers. Adams had headers closer to the goal than Dykes did. And one he hit the crossbar, another one he hit right at the goalkeeper. Both of Dykes' headers, you could argue they're actually harder because it's like in-swinging balls. The balls were sitting better for Adams, and Dykes gets them right in the bottom corner. Even Armstrong had a really good chance where he probably had the best chance of them all, where he's running in, and the ball was there for him to head, and he put it way wide.
No, but see, we're being real, right?
Whereas Dykes comes in 2 headers, 2 goals.
I think they're both very different, but I think when they actually play together, they're probably at their best. And why couldn't he have just took a defender out and just played them, played 2 up top? Because we had Ukraine under the cosh. They were
I
fucking shite.
think we could have brought Dykes on half
See
time.
if Dykes and Adams are both starting or come on at half time. I mean, this could have been anything.
I just think if Dykes is on and half the chances fall to Dykes, he scores them.
Especially the headers.
Aye. So
That's what it is.
that's what it is.
Let's rate the players. We'll do it all in one because Nation League games are shite and they don't deserve a separate feed.
Pretty much it, and we've got other stuff to do tonight as well, so
Aye, so Craig Gordon.
enjoy our company while it lasts.
Craig Gordon, I'm giving a 6 because he had nothing to do.
Well, there was one time he rushed out. Jack Henry wasn't sure if he was getting the ball or not. And
Jack Hendry.
like a hero. I'll give Gordon a 6. I feel harsh, like I mean, if you're a goalkeeper, right, if you don't have anything to do, it's hard to impress. Fuck it, Joe Hart would sit in nets for Celtic and get a 10 for doing nothing, so maybe we should give Gordon a 10. I'll give a 6. Clean sheet, nothing to do. That's what it is.
Tierney, I'll give an 8.
Yeah, I thought Tierney was good. I've always thought he's better than Robertson. Although I do like when he plays left centre back. I think that works. I was surprised that Clark didn't go with that tonight and just put Hickey out at left back. But obviously he didn't want to do that. But I think Hickey's shown tonight when he comes on that Hickey is just, quality player. Like. I think Hickey.
And he had to play on the wrong side.
I think Hickey could be every bit as good as Tierney and Robertson in a few years' time. I genuinely believe it. Like.
Absolutely.
When I first seen him at Hearts, I thought, fuck me, this guy's great. And then a couple months later, he was gone for Hearts, so I kind of summed it up. That's how you know someone's good.
The 3 centre backs, McKenna, Hendry, and McTominay.
No, but all joking aside, that's how you know Josh Doidge is just okay. The fact that Hibs held on for him for a couple of seasons.
Hickey went
Hickey, a couple of months, Hickey was done, gone.
The 3 centre backs, I'm just going to give them 7s. Like, they were good, but there was nothing outstanding because Ukraine were just a bit.
Tell you what, probably the best I've seen McTominay play in a Scotland shirt.
Yeah.
Thought he was solid tonight, no complaints, physical. I mean, every time there was like a 50-50, he seemed to win it. So, even in possession of the ball, Ukrainian players just, when they came near him, he just held them off with ease, really. I'm going to give McTominay an 8.
Fair enough.
Hate the guy. I don't hate him, I just don't rate him, but he was good tonight, so fair enough.
Right, Patterson. I actually think Patterson at points is unplayable tonight.
He looked really, really good. I think it's fair that I don't think Stephen O'Donnell will ever get his place back.
Nor should he.
I think it's decent. I think he'll be lucky if he ever gets in a squad again.
He was, he had a good game against England, but even then, the writing was on the wall. The writing's on the wall.
If that volley goes in, though,
fuck, he starts
for the rest of his life. Even when he's 65 years old, you wheel him out in a fucking summer frame. But nah, I mean, it didn't go in, and now Patterson's in, so we'll see. I mean, I think every time I watch Patterson play, I think I think Rangers are fucked up here. If anything, they should have moved on Tav and kept Patterson. But that's a totally different topic for a different
Rangers
day.
don't have a right winger. I just don't get why they just couldn't have kept both and put one further forward.
Actually, that's a true point. Rangers haven't had a right winger for about 4 or 5 years. If Tav is pished defensively, so why not play Tav as a right winger or right midfielder or whatever?
They did it like once. I honestly think Patterson with Tav in front of him would have been fucking a broken right hand side, as in it would be like
Power,
insane.
indeed.
Aye.
Like 2 players you get in FIFA that cost like 700 coins but are untouchable.
Oh, I'll be there.
Aye.
Anyway, right, midfield time. Cal McGregor, standard. I'll give him a 7.
I'll give him a 7. I thought he was one of the most quietest players on the pitch tonight, apart from maybe Craig Gordon.
Yeah. Who was alongside him? We had Armstrong.
McGinn was kind of in the middle with him.
Nah, yeah.
Thought McGinn was good tonight. I'll give McGinn
I'll give him again an 8. He got a goal.
I'll give him an 8.5.
Best game in a
Can I
while.
do that?
I'll give him a 9. You give him a 9. I'll give him an 8.
There you go,
8.5.
boom.
Armstrong. Good.
Armstrong, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he was really good tonight. Creativity was good. Like I said, his finishing wasn't there.
Like I will say, seeing you win 3-0, but he was that good. You can take it, but it's like if we draw 0-0,
Then yeah, we're
you're
probably
giving him like a 6 because he just fucking fucked
well,
up.
if it's 0-0, we're probably on here, and we're being a lot harsher on Adams and Armstrong.
Yep.
But because we actually won, we're actually going to acknowledge how well they played. Hey, Christie, I'll give you a 7.
Again, quiet.
Yeah, I thought he was probably one of the weaker players tonight, but doesn't mean he was bad. Just wasn't as good as everyone else.
Shea Adams.
Shea Adams, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he was really good tonight. Again,
Same with
getting in the
Armstrong.
right positions. Again, he couldn't finish. Who knows? I mean, we could be sitting here. Shea Adams could have had a couple of goals, and we could have been giving him a 10. That's the only difference is he didn't score his chances.
That's it. Dykes and Fraser, I'm going to give them both 9s. 2 great assists, 2 great goals.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't on for long, so it's not like you can't really. It's hard to judge, but I mean, come on, both came in, 2 assists, 2 goals.
Killed the game.
Kind of, yeah. Not that I think Ukraine were going to get back into it, but at 1-0, you're just, you're never
Me
safe.
money, I'll fucking take it.
You're never safe, but those guys came on and they made it safe. We're safe. 3 points.
Right, Greg Taylor, Kenny McLean. Let's just talk about this guy.
Why does he keep getting in the team? What's he do?
Surely there has to be
I think Kenny
a Scottish mid. Gilmore must be in.
I think Kenny McLean's sleeping with John Carver.
No, there has to be a Scottish midfielder.
How do you explain it then?
I don't give a fuck. Right, wait, maybe. Fuck it, John.
Hold on, I'm trying to cook some banter and you're just...
No, because Kenny McLean's past the point of bantering. Why is he there?
You make it sound as if he's like 40 years old, mate.
No, but there has to be someone who's young and
I'm pretty sure he's only 28.
28, and he's in his prime and he's doing nothing.
He's alright at Norwich.
Yo-yo and championship pish team. Aye, who else? Taylor did nothing really, to be honest. Hickey, of course, was he was a sub.
Hickey come on for Patterson, how could you forget that?
Hickey, I'll give an 8.
Anyone else come on? I can't. No, I think that was that. I think that's the substitutes. I don't think he only made 3. I don't really recall any more. If he made more, I don't.
Dykes, Fraser, Hickey, Taylor, and fucking.
Only made 5 then.
We only made 3, and we've already named 5.
Dykes, Fraser, Hickey,
Taylor,
and
and that.
McLean.
Aye.
That prick.
McLean.
Aye, alright. You know what? I'm giving Fraser and Dykes both 9s. I'm giving Hickey. I think we give Hickey an 8.
Oh, aye.
And yeah, I'll give McLean and Taylor 6s.
There you go.
Made up the numbers at the end.
That's it, though.
Sit top of the Nations League. Republic up next. They beat us 3-0 in Dublin, so I want to beat them about 10-0 in Glasgow. I want us to if we play like this, we will fucking annihilate Ireland from start to finish.
Oh, aye.
Aye.
Till then.
Alright, till then.
Peace.
Peace.